here with my guy, Mr. Palm Coast, right?
Who?
Palm Coast or Palm Bay?
Bombay? Nah, bro. I'm not even. I can't
What?
even like. I can't.
Oh, you ain't rapping nothing.
I'm not even from there.
Oh, my bad, my bad. Okay, so my guy, he Mr. International, Mr. Brent Jackson. Man, we met back in what? 2016?
We met in
16.
2016. Yep.
Yeah, man. So, we're not gonna go into the one-on-one battles. You know what I mean? Because we know who
We
record
definitely
better.
winning that one. We definitely winning that one for sure. I got. We can hit up Theo, Will, all of them.
But no, but my guy, man, he definitely a good dude. Man, just what well first of all, tell the people, man, you growing up as a military kid, like how what are the places you been at? You know, what I mean, since you couldn't really, I said Florida, you said nah, but what are the places you been growing up, man?
Uh, so I was born and raised in Colorado Springs. Born at Fort Carson Military Base in Colorado Springs. Um, I believe I lived there till I was about 8, and then I moved to San Antonio, Texas, Fort Sam Houston area, until I was about 16, and then I moved back to Colorado Springs to finish out high school. So those were really the only two places that I, kind of grew up during the whole military stint. And then from there, I went to school in Kansas for a year and a half, and then I ended up finishing school in Georgia.
So
But I mean, I've been to quite a few places. I have family that live in Florida, Louisiana. Kind of just everywhere near like the Bible Belt, stuff like that. South. Um,
what what's
yeah,
kind of
that's it.
what's kind of like some of the challenges you face, growing up, moving, going different places, you know, because I mean your story is very unique, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But um, growing up in the military is definitely a different beast. You know what I'm saying? Like I had two of my parents that served. My mom did 25 years. I want to say my dad did like 5 or 6.
mm,
And they were both deployed. When we had my dad was deployed in Desert Shield, Desert Storm.
mm,
Um, my mom did 2 tours in Iraq.
wow.
So just like you know, growing up and just being isolated to the fact that you know your mom is going to be gone for a year at a time. You know what I'm saying? She may come home for like a week or two, but then she's shipped off again. Dad, same thing. You know what I'm saying? So like there was a point where it was just me, my dad, and my sister for an entire year. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Um, but I mean, other than that, like living in the military, like family, I guess you could kind of call it, is like there's just a vast majority of people that are diverse.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like growing up, I had a white best friend, Mexican best friend. You know what I'm saying? Black best friends. You know what I'm saying? So like I really like that whole aspect of things. You know what I'm saying? Um, But then again, you know what I'm saying, with being in a military family, like they kind of want you to follow suit. You know what I'm saying? They
mm,
want you to follow the trend. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
And that's kind of what I was on. Like I wasn't really on. I wasn't really hooping. You know what I'm saying? Like I played sports just to play sports, but you know, I didn't have anybody in my family that was a college athlete.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? A professional athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm the first person in my family to be a college athlete and a pro athlete.
That's what's up.
Um, so I'm really setting the bar. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really trying to, get to the highest peak that I can get to. You know what I'm saying? Before I, have children. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And before I can even, lay out that map
That's dope. So you building that legacy right now.
for sure, most definitely.
That's dope, bro. Before we get anything, your beginning, you said you went to Tabor College.
I went to Tabor College. So I didn't have. I had one college offer out of high school.
Mm,
It was a local Division II school in Colorado Springs. They had offered me, but then I want to say like 2 or 3 weeks before school had ended, the coach had got fired,
mm.
and the new coach basically just like kind of just wiped out the whole roster that was already coming in. Um, so I had a good friend of mine back in the day. his dad was like on some recruiting stuff, so he was just like, "Hey, I got this school. You know what I'm saying? They have your film off of Huddle. You know, they're interested. Can you go up there for a visit?" So I went up there and you know did my thing, and started off as a freshman, did pretty well. Um, that situation was super unique because it's a Christian institute. Tabor College is a Christian institute. It's a private institute. You know what I'm saying? So like
Right.
you were dealing with the different aspects of learning the Word of God. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Um, Along with your schoolwork plus hooping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I went back my second year, and then ultimately ended up leaving. And I want to say Christmas break. Me and the coach kind of had a fall off.
Mm.
Um, I'll kind of just tell you, but like randomly, I'm starting, and just one game he comes out and he's just like, "Yeah, Brent, you're not starting."
Mm.
I had been starting all year. You know what I'm saying? Like I was, uh, I was one of the top players in AIs, I should just say, when it comes to scoring and it came to 3-point percentage.
Okay.
And it really just kind of took me back, and I'm just like, "Yo, like what's good?" So came off the bench and I jacked a three, and he was upset. So I kind of just, what I'm saying. Me and him went back and
so,
forth, and then
s-
like I said, man, I ended up quitting, and it ultimately kind of hurt me at the end because I had a few Division 1 offers,
mm.
but I couldn't get them. I couldn't seal the deal because I didn't have that third year.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Uh, so after Tabor College, you know, I was I had been admitted to go to Texas Tech, and I was
Mm.
going to walk on the Texas Tech's men's basketball team. Um, but then I ended up playing in a military tournament that summer.
Make sure
Was
eligibility.
playing real well, and my assistant coach was there. He was one of the coaches.
Okay.
He ended up seeing me. He was like, "Hey, where are you going to school?" I'm like, "I'm about to go walk on at Texas Tech." And he was like, "I can get you a full ride scholarship."
Mm.
So we started chopping it up. It's Columbus State University,
Right.
Division 2 school. Went up there. You know what I'm saying? Did my thing. Coach was just like, "Hey, you know what? Like, I can see you starting the way that you playing this and that." I was like, "Shit, I'm sold."
And it's not a bad campus neither.
No, no, it's definitely grown. Like
School, the arenas. I
they
know the
they were
arena's
doing a
nice.
lot of they were doing a lot of renovations my senior year.
Mm.
And they definitely upgraded. But no, the city of Columbus is real nice. Like if you're big into nature,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying, trails, hills, pine trees. It's a good location, and but that's kind of how Colorado Springs is. So I was kind of used to it.
Right. Right.
So it wasn't no culture shock on that. Um, but ended up Columbus State for 2 years. It didn't really go my way, but I made the best of it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's what I was gonna kind of get on. Like your junior year was kind of it was all right. But your senior year was pretty solid. Though. You had like 16.8 points per game.
hmm
You had like what 39 minutes something like that. Play at least
Yeah,
30 plus
I played.
minutes.
Yeah, I played 35 plus minutes.
Mm.
My junior year, I split minutes with a senior.
Mm.
And I wouldn't even really say I split it because it was more like obviously the senior's going to play more, just
Right.
based off of that coach. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that system ultimately was ran through one person at the end of the day. Like
Mm.
the coach kind of just had his favor and he just kind of ran with it. You know what I'm saying? And we were just like the pawns. I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, um, ended up grinding it out my junior year, and then my senior year, which is actually kind of funny because we had these talks and like, hey, we're gonna go through your senior year, blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll stay here, take summer classes. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Get ready for the next season. 2 weeks before school starts, he's just like, yeah, we're gonna run the offense through so and so.
Mm.
Taken back by it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Mm.
like, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? The guy that we ended up going through was Cam Baker, and that's my boy to this day. But we were like, we was just a crazy duo. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
backcourt was nice,
Okay.
but I didn't really play in the backcourt because we played. Um, what did we play? We played a zone defense called the Amoeba.
Mm.
So I was always in the back. Our backcourt was six. What I think Cam was like 6 foot. The two guard was 5'10" maybe.
Yeah. Small.
Me, I'm gonna play the three. I'm 6'4",
Right.
6'5" ish, but I'm
Right.
really a shooting guard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, But like you said, I mean, I think I shot 40% from the three that year.
Mm,
We ended up winning the regular season. And then when it came to the conference tournament, we kind of just laid an egg on that. Got eliminated first round. Still got an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. And we went and played. Who I don't remember who we played, but I think we ended up losing by like 7. I had like
mm.
27 that game or something like that. Um, but yeah, that's the college. That's the little college road for sure.
I feel like people don't know, like just to remind people, you played professional ball, Mexico, Ecuador, Brazil, top league Brazil, Saudi Arabia. So you've been places. You
Right,
training camp in the G League. Before we get into all that, before you even graduated or leaving college, the odds of you being a pro athlete are like slim to none.
for sure, most
So
definitely.
so you knowing this, what made you was like, okay, I want to pursue being a professional basketball player.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and like I said, I'm a backtrack to go into high school. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like I said before, I had no dream, no ambition to go to college.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I was more than likely just gonna join the military. You
mm,
know what I'm saying? And like I kind of had, that it was really like the coaches. You feel me? Like, yo, I'm nice, but you have another agenda. So it kind of just added that chip to my shoulder.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? So when the opportunity presented itself, I went ahead and ran with it.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? And then when I got to, for instance, Tabor College, yo, I'm the best guy on the team, but you're not treating me like it.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? So that added another chip to my shoulder. And I will say this, I will quote this. The coach said that this is the highest level I would possibly get to was NAI basketball, bro.
wow,
Swear to you, bro.
wow.
Swear to you.
Yeah,
Swear to
he
you.
he was definitely wrong.
So I had to get about that situation. You know what I'm saying? Because like people, I like to label myself, and people have labeled myself as a late bloomer, and I
Hmm.
am. Like, honest to God, I'm a late bloomer.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And same thing at Columbus State. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, buddy, just really just sold me the dream. You feel
Mm,
me? Like, I'm thinking like, bet I'm grinding. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm finna start as a junior. I'm finna go crazy. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Like, I'm finna do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? That didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? And then I think I had a conversation. I think the guy played at Auburn. I can't remember what his name was, but he had been watching us play pickup ball during preseason, and he was like, man, let me talk to you real quick. He was like, I'm watching you play. He was like, you can be a pro,
mm,
and I'm like, word. And he was like, what makes you say that? You know what I'm saying? He was like, because you just play basketball.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like you have the skill set to put up 20, 30, but you know the game. You know
mm,
what I'm saying?
mm.
And obviously nowadays, it's really built off of highlights. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? The oohs and
Facts.
ahs. You know what I'm saying? Not the
Facts.
tactical side of things. You know what I'm saying? Um, so like I said, he kind of just planted that seed in me, and then going into my senior year, I wasn't even really worried about it. I wasn't really worried about going pro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm at the point where I'm just like, hey, you know what? Let me just go ahead, finish out my season strong, and whatever comes, comes. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Um, and then shoot, right afterwards, I signed a contract to go to Argentina off
Mm.
rip.
Now, what happened? Did you go out there? Or what was the deal with that?
No, so they were second division Argentina. They were in the TNA. The team name was Ichage.
Mm,
Um, but right, I think 2 weeks before I get ready to leave, or 3 weeks before I get ready to leave, my agent hits me up at the time and he says, "Hey, Ichage is moving up to first division."
mm,
So I'm super excited. Like
mm.
I'm like bet. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm training, I'm doing this. I'm like, ooh, this is gonna put me over the top.
Right.
So getting ready to leave, I get that phone call. Agent tells me, yeah, the coach, the GMs, the owners, and all that stuff are bringing in a new coach.
Mm.
That coach ends up deleting the entire roster.
Facts. That's how they do it.
Yep. So I ended up getting replaced by two G League guys. That team, because I followed that team the whole season, kind of just see how they did, man. And then they were the worst in the league.
Mm.
You know, their guys. I think the guys that they brought in to replace me with, I want to say like his first two games, he only had like 4 or 5 points, bro.
Wow.
So I mean, I was just like, okay, that's just a sign from God that this wasn't meant for me.
Right,
You know
right,
what I'm
right.
saying?
But I mean, eventually you got the opportunity to play in the G League. You went to the training camp.
I went G League training camp. I went to so I signed with another agent.
Mm.
Because the guy, he kind of just ghosted me after that whole ordeal. You
Oh,
know what I'm
really?
saying? Like, just
Okay.
never, got in contact with me about any other jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just trying to just sell me on something. If we get it, cool, you getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Type joint.
That type deal.
So I ended up signing with another dude, and um, he was like, "Hey, I can get you a private workout with the Westchester Knicks."
Mm.
I was like, "Okay, cool." And he was like, "They have the Brooklyn Nets G League tryout the day before.
Mm.
So I want you to go out there." Ended up going out there, and they had some good talent out there. I'm not gonna lie. I know Smush Parker. He was there. He was trying out for the G League.
Okay.
You had a lot of guys that were from that area that were actually that played. At like
High level.
FIU.
Okay.
Um, who else is out? Anyways, all the New York colleges. And I ended up being picked, which
Right.
was actually kind of crazy. I was just like, wow, like I really didn't expect it. Like I legit only took one jumper, bro.
Really?
I took one jumper
What?
that
What?
whole thing.
What?
I basically just played basketball, bro, because like I wasn't even gonna let my ego mess up. You know what I'm saying? Like the situation that I'm in. So I was boxing out big men. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just playing basketball.
Playing
You feel me?
basketball.
I get a
Right.
rebound. I'm gonna push it up. You know what I'm saying? Like legit only took one jumper, and it was an in transition jumper, and I cashed it, bro.
Mm.
And my teammate was like, "Yo, your jumper is pure,"
Mm.
and I'm just like, "Bet, say less." You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I ended up getting that call. They're like, "Hey, we want to fly you out before training camp to give you a look."
Okay.
So they ended up flying me out. Had a little private workout. They put me through all the drills and this stuff. And I mean, we did like 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 1-on-1, and I felt confident going into it. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? So then training camp came, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I was nervous.
Mm.
Like I, for somebody that has never even thought about this
Exactly.
and thrown into it, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like that nervousness, that anxiousness is gonna kick in.
It's natural.
So I went through it. I had guys like Yogi Ferrell, Donnie McGrath, Lazar Hayward.
Mm.
Like I had some big name guys in it. You know what I'm saying? The guys that had played at Memphis.
Big
You know what I'm
schools.
saying? Some Big Ten schools, all that stuff. I had what's his name? Tarek Felix. He played for the Cavs.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, yo, if I can make my mark here, like I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I ran into the issue of being comfortable.
Mm. You just want to be one of the guys.
Not even necessarily because I was cool with the guys, but it just came to
Comfortable as in.
it's just like that ego thing. Like, oh, I played at Indiana or I played at Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Like they got that status. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? That like I said, just being thrown into that. Like I had to jump on it real quick. I had to jump on the train real quick. And I think I mean I felt like I had a really good training camp, honestly. Like just overall, you know what I'm saying? And we did testings where you do a lot of shooting testing. I felt like I was the best shooter there. You feel me? And did well. I did well during the open scrimmage in front of the fans. I only got like 10 minutes, but still, I did my thing. And then they ultimately ended up telling me like, "Oh, you need to shoot the ball better," and I was just like, "What?"
What? So comfortable. What do you mean by comfortable? As in.
Just being like, I think with them, they probably just were trying to make me just pure just jump shooter.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? There was no pick and roll action my way.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because you got to realize like when the politics kick in the training camp, like I said, I had Yogi Ferrell. You know what I'm saying? Like I had guys that are high prospects to get 10-day contracts. Like Yogi Ferrell got a 10-day contract and sealed a 2-year deal with the Mavs that same season. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's
Right.
just
Right.
like, okay, he's gonna have the ball. this person's gonna have the ball, this person's gonna have the ball. So it was like
Exactly.
me having to refit myself into a different role. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
feel that.
I'm not saying I was always one of those guys that always need the ball because I wasn't. But it's just like 4 or 5 touches. Ooh, that's different.
Hmm. I
To
feel
be
that.
efficient, you know what I'm
I
saying?
feel that. I
All of
remember.
that.
I remember when you was going through that transition. Coming back to Florida, you was trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You was just like, I don't know, people telling me this, people telling me that. Like, what kept you like not motivated, but what kept you like focused? Where man, I'm still keep pursuing this, even though the future is uncertain. But
Bro,
I'm gonna stay, even though you know what I mean. Like you said, nobody really from your family was doing it, so it's nobody that gave you that experience talk. You know what I mean? So you was just figuring it out on your own. So it's like, what made you say, okay, I'm gonna still stick it out and see what happens?
I think it's really just like the rejection factor,
Mm,
like just being told no. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always kind of been that way. Like I don't take no for an answer.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like once I decided that I wanted to be a pro, it was just like in life you can really only have one plan. You know what I'm saying? Like you got people going homeless for this. Like I told myself,
facts,
I'll go home. I'll go homeless for this
facts.
because this right here can really set me up and my family up for the rest of their lives.
That's
You know what I'm
real.
saying?
That's
Like
real.
the game of basketball just opens up so many different avenues for you. You know what I'm saying? Investments. You'll have the bread for investments. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
You'll have your own brand.
mm,
Either it be modeling or advertising, this and
facts.
that. You know what I'm saying? Like it just opens so many avenues, and I was just like, I wasn't. I was always book smart, but I wasn't in the books.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I was. So I'm just like, yo, I gotta. This is what I want to do. Okay, cool. I'm gonna just keep grinding and grinding and grinding for it, and then it's eventually gonna come.
mm,
And that's kind of how the game of overseas works.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna really, unless you a big name dude coming out of college that went to a blue collar school or you did super well in the tournament,
mm,
bro. You gonna start off with jobs. Like my first offer was 750
mm.
a month, and I said, nah, I can't take it.
Right.
Can't take it. But I'm just like, man, like I gotta get it. Like I gotta prove myself, and that's what I feel like I've done that pretty well since I moved to Florida because a lot of people know who I am.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? They may not respect me, but they know who I am. You feel
Facts.
me?
What?
So go ahead.
So you got the first opportunity in Mexico, right?
I got the LMBP. Yeah,
Okay. So you did your thing out there. I feel like I feel like you kind of ran into politics because your team wasn't winning, as you know. But you know how
right,
if the team's putting a lot of money in, they go, overseas. It's not really. I'm not going to see this investment out. I'm just going to get new people in. But
right.
what was it that you experienced over there that you felt like you learned and you got better from?
Man, just really just not taking the game for granted, bro. Because South America is so cutthroat.
Mm,
Well, that's Central America, Mexico, Central America, but it's cutthroat, bro. Like, and I've really learned like people really like the political side of things, bro. Is crazy, bro. Like that year, my first year, I think my first 2 games were 28 and 40, back to
mm,
back games. I had 40 and 28. I didn't make any honors that year,
mm,
nothing. So I'm just like, wow, really? Like I'm putting up 30 balls against almost every team.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? Second year, same thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
come back, I'm the leading scorer in the league. I was the leading scorer for the rest of the season until I got hurt the last series of our season. I was averaging 24 a game.
mm,
I rolled my ankle, and me and my teammate were 1 and 2,
mm,
and he ended up getting number one because I got hurt. So it's just like, damn, I could have had scoring title under my belt,
mm.
newcomer because I was killing everybody.
And he was an all star that year, right?
No, that my first year I wasn't. My
No,
second
second
year
year.
I was selected for all
Yeah.
stars.
So second
Yeah.
year is when you was leading the league in scoring, or first year you
First
say you
year I
got hurt.
led it. First year I led it when I got there and ended up getting second because I got hurt.
Okay, and then the second year.
And then the second year I came in straight up, and it was just like boom. I was averaging I think like 24 again,
So,
and then that year we weren't winning. Like the thing with that team was just like, oh, we're probably more just on the entertainment because it's just like, bro, just you like I said, it's super cutthroat. So like they're trying to get dudes for super cheap, super early, and they're losing the first 7 games. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So then they're like, okay, we'll give you a little bit more money. Will you come back?
mm,
And me at the time, I wasn't really getting no offers like that. So I
mm,
was just like, yes, I'll take it. You
mm.
feel me?
Plus, you don't know who else is watching first league.
For for sure. That was kind of the crazy thing too, though. Like my first year, I played really well. And the thing about Mexico, they hold your rights for 5 years, I believe,
Really?
unless somebody buys your rights out. Correct.
Wow.
Yeah. Um. So my thing is just like, yo, I just did this. Averaged 24 a game, played almost every team, did really well against all of them. Like people is mad because they're just like, yo, who is this kid?
Mm,
But I'm not getting no offers from nobody else.
mm,
So in my head, I'm thinking like, yo, is this club really like, are they raising my ticket? You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Like, oh, we want this much money for him. You know what I'm
mm.
saying?
I feel that. I feel that.
Um, so I'm just, I mean,
What was like something you had to adjust to? You know, I mean, going from college to the overseas pro life,
ooh,
especially in
that one.
Especially in
So
Mexico.
in college, I never complained about a foul.
Mm,
Never complained about a foul. Like it was like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm back on the other end.
mm,
But when it came to me being a pro dude, I'm gonna say I took it a lot more seriously, obviously.
mm.
But I mean, I'm sure you've seen it in Spain. Like, bro, they just don't call anything. Like me, I'm over here shooting jumpers. I got guys sticking their feet under me. When I land, they're sticking their hip out.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like I literally I had a third-degree ankle sprain because I went and Euroed and somebody slid in front of me while I was Euroing.
mm,
Rolled my stuff.
mm.
Caused me a scoring title.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Just like it's just like, it's just that thing where like we have to earn our respect because we're imports. We're Americans.
Facts.
You
Facts.
know what I'm saying? Like we already labeled as, cocky, this and that, the best basketball players in the world. So like they're just like, oh, well, you really got to get it, and
Mm,
that's how it is in Mexico. That's how I feel, anyways.
mm. So,
Especially playing for a team that is lower in the standings. Oh yeah, you really got to get it up the mud,
I mean, but that kind of been your mo. Like that's kind of been your journey. You know what
right?
I'm
Nah,
saying?
that's
So,
facts. I mean, like you said, like everybody's gonna have a story, and everybody's story is gonna be unique. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like I'm trying to get to the highest peak I possibly can, and
mm,
like at the end of the day, I can tell my kids like the journey isn't always gonna be start to finish. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these cats, you know what I'm saying? Kids going to high school straight to the league. Like it's not
mm,
gonna be like that.
facts.
We hope you enjoyed the first part of this interview. We got so much content for the people, for you guys to elevate, for you guys to get better, for you guys to get to that contract season. Um, but first step, we need you to sign up, get an account with the company, get an account so you be part of the family. You know what I mean? A lot of perks, get discounts on designs we got coming out, on giveaways. You know, what I mean, you get the first dibs. You get a chance to come to certain events we have. It's just you separate yourself. You know, what I mean, in the elite mindset. You know, what I mean, you gonna be around individuals that's trying to get to the same thing you're trying to get to, and whatever that is, that goal, that dream, you just want better, and that's what we all want here at contract season. So at the end of the day, um, we building and we want you to be a part of it. So create that account. You can watch part two of this interview. You can watch part two of all the other interviews and then the exclusive content we have further down the road. So y'all be good, man. Hope everybody's well and get to your contract season.
You are now watching the contract season movement.